had another couple of points on this. When I'm thinking about if we just switch back to goals and values, one of the coolest thing about your values is that they are constant calls to action. So if you identify something that is important to you, this is something that's important to you no matter what. No matter if life is absolutely hectic and out of control or whether it's sailing on the calm. It's actually important to you whether you're this close to your goal or whether you can't even see your goal in the future. So I think that's really really important. I think one of my favorite examples of values being important no matter where you are with the goal is I think about like a losing football team or a losing team in any timed sport. If you get a timed sport, there comes a time where one team is going to lose. You just can't kick that many goals in 5 minutes. It's impossible. And what I think of then is I think of those those players on the losing team. The goal of winning the game, that's gone. So you cannot operate from just goals based motivation. Good teams continue to fight, continue to work together, continue to strive, continue to extend themselves. And why do they do that if they're losing, or if, let's say, let's take it to the extreme, if they've lost, but the game is still going? There's some type of value that's keeping them going that sits underneath and is independent of the goal. Who knows what that value is? It might be personal pride, or it might be respect for the competition, or respect for the jersey that you're wearing, or something. It might be just valuing hard work. But I think that's really important, and how we can relate that to our values, that even if we're having a day where we've or a week where we've done really badly with our goals, or we haven't gotten closer to them, or some situation has put us 5 steps back, moving in line with our values is a constant call to action. um, I also think about this, that when we think about goals versus values, is that your goals obviously can change, but you may end up cultivating some values that stick with you forever. So goals and values being separate motivators happens even when you've reached the goal. So I wrote an example here from, I think it was from the last session or the session before, where someone had a goal of mental health and they wanted to lose some weight, and I suggested walking. It might be a good activity. So say if that person has goals of losing a bit of weight and improving their mental health, and they decide to walk. Say their mental health gets a lot better. They even measure it on the psych profile. It's great. They get off antidepressants. It's like goal ticked off. Say they lose a bit of weight and they're happy with the amount of weight they lose, goal ticked off. If there's no value, where's the motivation go? Motivation's gone. So they have to either think of a new goal, which could be a good thing to do, or if the person is, say, if they've cultivated a value of walking. Walking is something that's important to me. Walking is something that matters. I feel better when I walk, full stop. Not I feel better when I walk because it gets me this, or it stops this, but I feel better when I walk, and I don't feel quite right when I don't walk. Then that constant call to action will remain potentially forever, no matter what the goals are, and even when you've reached your goals. So I think that's a really important point too. Um, and that's where we say, there's this beautiful saying that one of my colleagues has about change, is that it's sometimes about what you accomplish, but sometimes it's about who you become on the journey. And that's what I think values are about: who we become, what qualities that we want to cultivate.